Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody out there in the land? Real quick, guys, I wanted to come on here this evening, man, because I really want to share some things with you. And I really want to go over a series of things with different topics for at least the next 3 to 4 days, depending on how I feel. We're going to keep it going after that, or just keep it within those 3 to 4 days. But it's real serious for us to understand some things. Excuse me. We got a lot of things going on in reference to this year. It's coming to an end, and I really wanted to share some things because during this holiday time, guys, this is where a lot of people get in trouble. And throughout this whole pandemic that's been going on, there's a lot of things that have been that people have been struggling with. And when I tell you that these holidays and during this time of the year, this is where people get in the most trouble. But we'll get into that later on, right? But I wanted to ask you guys a real quick question and actually give you a charge. I wanted to give you a charge to stop leaving money on the table. And I'm going to say, and I'm going to explain that to you real quick. So, everybody that works, that has a job, a salary, or works hourly, right? You can pretty much gauge how much you make throughout the year. But the question is, how much money are you actually bringing home? That's the biggest question. How much money are you guys actually bringing home? So I want you to actually get a pen and paper, and I'm going to break this down real simple, and we're going to get up out of here, right? So let me do a little screen sharing with you guys just so we could bring this up and we can actually understand how this works, and I could actually share it with you. So look, real quick, I know a lot of people that make more than what this median salary is, and there's some and a lot that make less. But understand this, the median salary in America right now is $68,400. That's the median salary just for, here in America right now in 2020, 68,400. So if you're taking notes or you're writing this out, I want you to really think about this. If I hired you making 68,400, how much? Write it down, put it in a text, put it in the chat. I don't care. I want you to tell me right now off the top of your head, after all of your expenses, if you were making $68,400, how much money would you have left over right now after you paid all of your expenses for the year? You make 68,400 for the year. I'm not talking about anything extra other than your necessities. That means your food, water, shelter, clothing. If you just paid your bills out of that 68,400, how much money would you still have? I want to break this down, guys, and please pay attention to this, because this right here is what a lot of people in America miss. I want you to understand that when you have a job and you are a W-2 employee, that means that you get a W-2 at the end of the year or at the top of the year so that you can file your taxes. That is generally generated by what is known as a W-4. The W-4 is the form that you filled out when you started your job that puts how many allowances, how many deductions, how you're filing, your filing status, whether you're married, filing jointly, head of household, single, you guys get the gist, right? Well, understand this. America uses letters and numbers just to confuse you. W-4, 1099, W-2, 401k, 501c3. Guys, those are just tax codes. So where am I going with this? When you have a job, you are a W-4 employee. A W-4 is a tax code that you fill out. And understand this, when you are a W-4 employee, you are in the highest tax bracket. So for taxes, understand that every single paycheck that you get, a third of your income comes off of the top. So if I take a third of this salary right here, 68,400, that's for the year. A third of that is $22,572. That means that you paid $22,572 into taxes before you even seen your money. That's for the year. The next question I want to ask you is, at the end of the year, when you file your taxes, do you think that you get a $22,000 refund? Keep in mind, how much money are you leaving on the table? Well, my topic is stop leaving money on the table. Guys, let me tell you, $22,572 just came out of that off the rip. That leaves you with $48,828. So that $48,000 is actually how much you really bringing in after your taxes. That's after your taxes, guys. And believe me, let me break down how much that 22,000 is. Understand that if taxes take 1/3 of your income off the top, that means 1/3 of the year you did not get paid for. So generally, from January to April, you work absolutely free, because from January to April, you would have made that $22,572. But if it went into taxes, guys, that means you went for free. You're working for free. Let's continue, because now you at 48,000. Again, how much money do you think you're gonna have left over after you pay your necessities? Taxes took 22,000. Your debt takes a second third, guys. After taxes come out, then your debt is paid. That's your food, water, shelter, and clothing. People say all the time, man, I can't wait till Friday. Friday is payday. And I have to ask, are you getting paid Friday, or are your bills getting paid? See, guys, let me tell you, before I continue, you have to learn this money game. And believe me, I was one of them people that robbed Peter to pay Paul. I was the one that I was broke, y'all. And when I say broke, I'm talking about I spelled broke B-R-O-K, and the E was on layaway. Dog, I'm telling you guys, I was working all these extra hours, man. I'm talking about overtime. The more money you make, the more they take. I could not seem to figure out why it was that I'm struggling and I'm working all these hours. Like, my gross on my paycheck and my net was not adding up, and I didn't understand. But when I tell you that I learned some things that I'm going to share with you guys, it changed my life. That's why I said stop leaving money on the table. But let's continue, y'all, right? So look, if debt takes another third, which is $15,123 from that 48, guys, you are already at $30,704.76. You have not spent anything yet on yourself. 22,000 in taxes have come out. 15,000 have come out in your debt. That's your bills. That's generally your bills. And guess what? Right now, during this time of season, there is something called big business, and big business takes another third. A third of 30,000 is 10,000, guys. 10,000. So that leaves you with $20,572.19. So hear me and hear me clearly. I hired you and I told you that you would make $68,400. That is what is on paper. But with all of your deductions, before you even see $1, guys, you are living your life off of $20,572.19. And that 20,000 is what you have to use for birthdays, vacations, anniversaries, graduations, holidays. This is actually what you're living your life off of. And guess what? America has tricked you into believing that it's okay to float all of those expenses on what? Credit cards. But we'll go into that on tomorrow. But guys, I really need you to understand the tax game is your largest expense. The tax game is your largest expense. I want you to really understand a third of your income comes off of the top, off of your hard earned money. And during this time of the year, most people want to have their children to be have a great Christmas or a great holiday. They want to have the big Thanksgiving. So most people do what? They get a second job. Because this pandemic and because everything has gone on, guys, there are people that are struggling. So those that have not had the opportunity to understand why their money is going somewhere, think about it. Wouldn't 22,000 benefit your household? If you're married, I want you to think about this as well. If a third of your income is going into taxes and your spouse's a third of his or hers income is going into taxes, if we just looking at this, guys, that's over $44,000 coming out your household. But look, there are solutions, and I'm gonna share with you a little later on. But right now, I just wanted to drop them nuggets to share with you guys exactly how you're leaving money on the table, and you need to stop leaving money on the table. If you want to know more information and more details, definitely reach out to me. Text me no more, keywords no more, to 678-355-8172. That is keywords no more to 678-355-8172. And I promise you that I will personally respond to you. No automation. You will really hear from me. Guys, I'm Brandon Caldwell, and I just wanted to drop that on you. Have a good one.